Hello and welcome to the Superpower D&I team. I'm Peter.
And I'm Rick, and today we're having a look at episode 3 of Ultraman Blazar. I believe it's called My Name is Earth Garon.
I'd just like to start by giving a shout out to Avery F, who wrote a comment that suggested that we watch the show in the original Japanese language and read the subtitles. It's a setting on YouTube you can do that. I didn't think about that
Thanks
before,
for
but
telling me.
I did enjoy the performances a lot more than hearing the English dub. If you enjoy our videos, please press the like button and the subscribe button. And if you've got any suggestions for videos you'd like us to react to or review, please put them in the comments below.
Episode 3 follows up from the big reveal of the mecha thingo. I keep calling it a dog, but it's not a dog. It's like a Godzilla type thing.
You were calling it Gaia or something last week, weren't you?
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, I was getting it wrong. I think they were saying
Earth Garon.
Yeah, that's just me not hearing it properly. So that had the big reveal of that last week. But then we had the new kaiju attack. This time attacking, was it nuclear power stations or power stations?
Some sort of energy stations. Like, it looked nuclear. I'm not sure if they did say something, but I'm not sure if it was nuclear. But it was like a power station. It was draining the power. It looked like a big bug.
So then the team had to. Did they have a bit of a training montage in this one, or is that
a training montage? Yeah.
Yeah, like it was a really quick, reasonably pathetic training montage, and all of a sudden they knew. So all of a sudden, Earth Garon looks like quite complicated to drive. From it, like there's 4 of them that had to drive it or something like that, and it reminded me a little bit of. It reminded me of a more complicated Pacific Rim. Like Pacific Rim, you had the 2 people sitting in the monster, but they had to have some sort of mind meld. Whereas this, they just all had to drive certain parts of it.
It's like all mechanical. Yeah.
Yeah. But so the Earth Earth Garon got its first run, and I have a couple of thoughts about that, but I'll just if you want to share anything that
I think one of the team members was off looking at the power station while the rest of the team were.
That's right. This is the one that is able to infiltrate. Everything.
I thought the scientist guy just was very over the top, like with his performance.
Yeah, but that girl, I think every episode, she's been down on the fishing wharf before. Like she just puts some clothes on, and all of a sudden she's employed by them. It's like,
that must be her particular set of skills.
She dressed differently, and then they just think she works there. But anyway, so Earth Garon gets a run, and there are a couple of things. Probably the 2 standouts for this episode for me were, one, how much this big mechanical dinosaur thing moves like a person in a rubber suit when it was doing some of the fight. It was just, and
it was notable, the difference when they were just showing, like in the base, they showed this like giant mechanical thing, and then it was very noticeable when it was fighting that it was just a different sort of suit type version of it.
Different format. Okay. So some of those moves were quite, for people who were just learning how to do it, very fluid.
Yeah, it didn't really. It wasn't that robotic, was it? Really?
No. It was just it looked like a person in a suit fighting another person in a suit. And the other problem I had with this episode was, well, that's not a problem, just a noticing. But what I would have liked to have seen was, because Ultraman, of course, turns up to save the day. I think utters his first words that hot. But I would have liked them to see. I would have liked to see that this all would be about the Earth Garon, and then the team working to do this, and they actually defeat it without Ultraman using Earth Garon.
I think they might be building up to that. I think
maybe they are.
They needed Ultraman, but because it knocked them down, didn't it? And they were sort of stranded. Yeah. So that's when they called Ultraman.
Couldn't get up.
But they did shoot the tail. The tail missiles, and that helped Ultraman.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
you mentioned the hot before, like because this kaiju was sucking up the energy, he got really hot, and so the Ultraman, when he touched him, it was really hot. But then a moment later, he's like lying on top of him, wrestling him, and I think later he just went, "Ooh, like it's hot." So it was a bit inconsistent with. It's all part of it, you know. He wouldn't have been able to defeat him if he stayed hot the whole time.
Well, we're not taking it all too seriously, are we? It is, after all, it's kind of what you want to see. People in suits in small miniatures. Reminds me of an episode of Arrested Development. But yeah, it was fine. But just they're the things that I noticed in it. Like one, how the Earth Garon sort of had some pretty slick moves for a robot, and I don't know. I guess maybe you're right. They're building up to being able to save the world. I would have liked to. I would like to see them
operating on their full team. Like they're starting to bond a bit more and start to work things out. But yeah, I think they've
maybe I would have liked Ultraman to hold off a bit. Maybe I just would have liked to see him like not be relied on straight away as soon as something went wrong. Yeah.
Well, it started to glow, didn't it? The little coin thing that he puts into the machine.
So maybe that's something under stress or something like that.
Perhaps, I don't know. But at the end, it showed that they'd sort of bonded over it, and they were a bit like, I think one of the women said something like, "Oh, Ultraman gets all the credit," or something like that, because they actually had help that time.
Yeah.
And then they all go off for a run together.
Wasn't there that really weird scene in it where they were waiting for? So the nuclear power kaiju was there, and they were all off doing their jobs except for the two that were left in the base. And so the captain or whatever just starts doing push-ups while they're waiting. He just starts.
I think so. But at the end, they all joined in because it freeze framed on the captain like running out to join them.
But like, I just found that hilarious in their little base. Someone's listening to the radio to try and get intel on what's going on, and he just starts doing push-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, well, got to keep fit, I guess.
So I didn't watch the preview bit for episode 4, so I don't know what's in store there.
Oh, well, hopefully some more Earth Garon now. Can't wait.
Thank you for watching the Superpower Daredevil team. If you enjoy our videos, please like them, and please subscribe to our channel.
And you can comment down below. We love a comment. And please ring that bell. Ring that bell.